Hi friends, myself Prakriti and I welcome you to my channel Sai Rutva. Today we are going to study in brief about the most vital and delicate organs in our body, that is heart. And you all know that if it doesn't function properly, all other organs including the brain begin to die from lack of oxygen within just a few minutes. And as per the present statistics, the more increased in the mortality rate or the death rate is because of heart diseases. The heart. Heart is a muscular organ which acts like a pump to continuously send blood throughout your body. So the heart will receive the blood from upper portion of the body and receive the blood from lower portion of the body, which is deoxygenated. After getting oxygenated from the lungs, the same blood will move to upper and lower portions of the body, which we call it as a blood throughout your body. And this is the center of a circulatory system which consists of a network of blood vessels such as arteries, veins and capillaries, and these are responsible to carry the blood to and fro from all areas of your body. So next we will see location, size and shape of the heart. The heart is located underneath the sternum. So if you see in this diagram, there is a sternum. Underneath the sternum, the heart is located in the thoracic compartment. Okay. And this occupies the space between the two lungs. As you are showing in this figure, you can see that the heart is occupying the space between the two lungs, and this is exactly the size of a man's fist, which weighs around 250 to 350 grams, and it shaped like an inverted cone. In this slide, we'll study about the base and the apex of the heart. So this upper portion which you are seeing, this is the base of a heart, which is broader in its size, and this lies approximately at the second rib towards the right. And this is the narrow part which is present here is a apex of the heart, which is at the approximately lies at the fifth rib towards the left side of a heart. So in this diagram you can see this is the base of the heart and this is the apex of the heart. This figure explains you the four borders of a heart. The upper border, which is a superior border, and this is an inferior border. This is a right border and this is the left border of the heart. In this slide, we'll see the different layers of the heart. So here you can see the pericardium layer, and this is the pericardial cavity. So here also you can see the outermost layer of the heart is a pericardium, which contains a pericardial cavity which consists of pericardial fluid. And this is an innermost layer which we call it as an endocardium. This is the outermost layer next to the pericardial cavity, that is epicardium. And this is the middlemost, which we call it as a myocardium, which contains myocardial muscle cells. So this slide explains the four valves of the heart, that is tricuspid valve, which is present between the right atrium and the right ventricle. This is bicuspid valve or mitral valve, which is present between the left atrium and the left ventricle. And this is the pulmonic valve, which carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. And this is the aortic valve, which carries the oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. See the different chambers of the heart. So the heart mainly has four chambers, as you all know. Towards the right side there is a right atrium, right ventricle. Towards the left side there is a left atrium and the left ventricle. So here also you can see the bluish color which is showing you the deoxygenated blood. That is, the right side of the heart will be carrying the deoxygenated blood. So this contains a superior vena cava, a inferior vena cava. This superior vena cava will allow the blood to come from the upper portions of the body to the right atrium, and this inferior vena cava will bring the blood from the lower compartments of the body to the right atrium. And this part which is showing in a red color is an oxygenated blood which will be carried in the left side of the heart. So here you can see the different chambers of the heart. This is the right atrium and this is the right ventricle. This is left atrium and left ventricle. The tricuspid valve between the right atrium and right ventricle. The bicuspid valve between the left atrium and left ventricle. The valve which you are seeing here, this is the pulmonic valve, and the valve which you are seeing this part is a aortic valve. In this slide, we will discuss about the pulmonary and the systemic circulation in the heart. So as you all know, I explained in the last slide that the upper portions of the body, the blood from the upper compartment of the body will move from superior vena cava to the right atrium, and the blood which is from the lower portions of the body will move from inferior vena cava posteriorly to the right atrium. From the right atrium through the tricuspid valve it reaches the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle it pumps the blood which moves to the pulmonic valve which branches into the right pulmonary artery and the left pulmonary artery. So this circulation we call it as a pulmonary circulation. It means the movement of blood from the right atrium to the lungs for oxygenation is nothing but the pulmonary circulation. So next we will see water systemic circulation. So after the blood which reaches the lungs, in the right lung, the pulmonary veins will carry the oxygenated blood, and in the left lung also the left pulmonary veins will carry the oxygenated blood. Both these oxygenated blood will reach the left atrium. From the left atrium to the left ventricle, it reaches through the bicuspid valve. And as I told you, in the left ventricle there is a aortic valve which carries the blood. Okay, and this aorta divides itself into the ascending aorta and the descending aorta. Ascending aorta carrying blood to the upper compartment of the body, and descending aorta carrying blood to the lower compartment of the body. In the last slide, we discussed about the structure of a heart and its circulation of blood through the heart with a schematic diagram, and this is a flow chart which explains the same, that is the pulmonary circulation and the systemic circulation. The conduction system of the heart, and the conducting system of this heart consists of the cardiac muscle cells and also a conducting fibers that are specialized in initiating impulses. The structures involves the sinoatrial node with its three internodal pathways, the atrioventricular node, the bundle branches. So this is the right bundle branch and this is the left bundle branch. So along with that there are fiber cells which we call it as a Purkinje fibers. So here it comes the Purkinje fibers. So this is how this slide which shows the autorhythmic function of the heart through its conduction system. So you can see the sinoatrial node, AV node, the bundle branches and the Purkinje fibers. Arterial and venous supply of the heart. The main arteries which provides blood supply to the heart includes right coronary artery and left coronary artery and its branches, and the main venous supply will be a small cardiac vein and the coronary sinus and great cardiac vein. So this is about the structure and function of a heart in brief, and thank you for your patience listening.